Hello and welcome to the launch of the 2024 Do I Look Like a Gamer campaign, the video game initiative by Mayamada. I am Tazziii, creative director.
And I'm Nigel, co-founder of mayamada. And what are we here today for? We're going to go into all the details of why we're here, but for those that don't yet know, hopefully some do know, but can never be sure. mayamada is a storytelling brand based here in the UK. So we create manga-style comics. We do online virtual events, in-person events, and deliver a lot of creative workshops with young people, with adults as well. We also run the video game diversity campaign, Do I Look Like a Gamer, which is why we're here. So we'll get into that in a second. And we also sometimes play video games. So we have a digital platform, a membership called Studio 77, where we host a variety of shows talking to creative professionals across comics, cosplay, video games, and animation, film and TV as well, some other things. And each month we get together with our members to play a different game, and you can become a member, Studio 77 member, to support the work that we do at mayamada and be part of the monthly activities, plus get exclusive access to artwork and live stream interviews and things after they have disappeared from Twitch VOD. So for this event in particular, why are we here? So for, what is this now, the third time we are launching this year's Do I Look Like a Gamer campaign, so that future generations of diverse talent will know that there is a place for them in the video games industry and culture. So we want to empower them to be an active part of shaping the future of the video games industry. So a long time ago, pre-pandemic, the before times, we started with our gamepad events, community events, which became a platform for promoting inclusion and diversity in the video games industry. And in 2020, we joined UK's Raise the Game pledge and created an online experience, like everyone did at that time. And that allowed us to bring awareness to the diversity of roles and the people that exist in gaming today. And that all led to where we are now. So from our work, we have seen that people from underrepresented backgrounds have long been at risk of being lost to creative industries like video games. And we want to be proactive in assuring that children, teens, young adults can understand that a career in video games is a viable option for them, no matter who they are.
And to do this, we have selected 40 people consisting of players and makers alike to be part of a photo campaign around the message, Do I Look Like a Gamer? The question is designed to provoke thought and reflection within the video game industry, forcing it to genuinely consider the type of people they are employing and the people who play their games. Photos of the 40 will be showcased during the campaign events to inspire young people from underrepresented groups. They will be able to gain awareness of career paths into the industry and connect with professionals and peers in a way that will raise aspirations and push progression in gaming.
So we want to make a long-lasting impact so that the young people with aspirations of getting into the industry at the end of this decade are much better represented than they are today.
So what to expect from today's stream? So you'll be able to meet some of the 40 over the live stream. So we'll be talking with some people who have been made up the 40 this year and in the past years about the work that they do. What we can all do to bring better representation to video games. We'll also be showing you some of the behind the scenes of the photo shoot days this year ahead of release of the photos later in the month. And throughout the live stream, we'll be talking about the event and activities to come as part of the campaign, from careers roundtables to games, game jams, and cupcake networking, which is a very, very popular event. It's definitely the cupcakes. Definitely the cupcakes. So be sure to stick around until the end, and we'll be giving you the details on how you can get involved in the campaign over the coming months. And welcome everyone joining us in chat live today. Hello Community Versus. Hello Creative Genius Games. Welcome. I'm doing great. I don't know about Nigel. But
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, I'm wishing Ben hadn't retired. That's what I'm. That's what I'm doing.
yeah, we're definitely missing Ben right now.
It's only 5 minutes in.
Yeah, but soon enough we'll be trained up to Ben's level and have hopefully
Yeah,
some young people, teens, aspiring professionals doing it for us, and
yeah,
trained up and doing it for us.
that's the dream.
Hello, Singing Unicorn as well. Welcome. So each month we like to ask a question, and this month we're asking you: are you excited about a mid-generation console refresh? Following the leaks about the PlayStation 5 Pro's release 4 years after the base model's launch, we want to know if Sony's mid-gen upgrade is something you're looking forward to. We also have this month's games night to look forward to. So that'll be on Thursday, the 25th of April from 7 p.m. BST with Studio 77 members live on Twitch. And you can also check out some of the past games night highlights over on our YouTube channel. You can follow us on Twitch and subscribe to the podcast. We're on season 6 of the Story X Story podcast, with weekly episodes including creator interviews, video game discussions, and deep dives into stories across pop culture. New term, approach means across pop culture. We're just making it one word.
Writing our own dictionary.
So we'd like to say a special thank you to Pro Gamers Group UK for their generous support in providing equipment, including Streamify lighting, mics, and Nitro concept chairs, like the ones that me and Nigel are sitting on right now. Wonderful, lovely chairs. And for our live streams, for our workshops, and for the Do I Look Like a Gamer campaign events. Their contribution does help us create a better experience for our community, and we're excited to be working with them as we continue pushing for diversity and inclusion in the gaming industry and introducing aspiring creatives to the world of content creation. You can also join our Studio 77 Discord and be part of the mayamada community, and consider becoming a Studio 77 member to support the work we do at mayamada. Stick around as we have our first guest coming up, and we'll be talking about the next events to come as part of the campaign. But first, check out the behind-the-scenes look at some of the people in this year's photo campaign, talking about what video games mean to them. If you are just joining us, then welcome to the 2024 launch of our Do I Look Like a Gamer representation campaign. If you were just watching the video and you felt like it had a bit of an abrupt finish, it's because we're not showing the full video on stream, but you will be able to see the full version over on our YouTube channel. We launched the Do I Look Like a Gamer campaign in 2022 to promote diversity and inclusion in the video game industry. The response was amazing, but the need remains. So it's now a yearly initiative, building on the work we done last year and continuing to push the diversity in games and culture and industry moving forward. I am mayamada creative director Tazziii, and we're into our first segment of the day, where we are joined by Declan Talbert of Hivefolio, the founder of Hivefolio, and we also have with us Sarah, a game artist.
Oh, hello to you both. So we're going to get into our segment and find out what each of these do, but we want to just essentially just take a moment of self-awareness and acknowledge the current state of the games industry, particularly as an organization with an initiative that is about showcasing pathways into the industry. We felt it would be right to acknowledge the people unfortunately leaving the industry, or at least hopefully temporarily. So just to let people know that as we do launch our Do I Look Like a Gamer campaign, we do acknowledge the challenging economic period currently faced by the games industry. So over 8,700 game developers have experienced layoffs just this year, in addition to the thousands across 2023. So we wanted to recognize the legitimate concerns held by developers, especially those from marginalized communities who may be concerned and even looking for other opportunities outside of the games industry because of the instability. However, we do firmly believe in the potential and resilience of the industry and its ability to offer fulfilling careers to talented individuals from diverse backgrounds. So we understand that these challenging times can cause apprehension among aspiring talent, and I've spoken to a few of those personally, and particularly those who are underrepresented in the industry. So the whole idea of the campaign, while we're here today, and what we're going to be doing over the year, is in efforts to shed light on the realities of the industry while also showcasing its potential. So we do still invite everyone, especially those who may be feeling deterred by the current situation, to join in the campaign. And we're going to be talking about some of those events over the coming hours. So we want to have people participate in our activities, gain a better understanding of the industry, and hopefully prepare for a brighter future. So we're committed to fostering diversity and inclusion within the industry, and believe that even in the challenging times, the games industry does still hold immense potential for everyone. And we also want to remind those people in positions of employment power to not let diversity be the first thing to go when making these cuts, and that it's still important to have diverse representation in the people making the games as well as those playing. So just want to let people know that.
Yeah, so let's get into some of our questions and find out a bit more about the guests that we have with us in this segment. So I'm going to just firstly, I just want to get an idea from both of you about what it was like when you was in school. Did you thought you were doing? What did you think you'd be doing while you was in school? Did you think you'd be doing what you're doing now, or was it something wildly different?
Mine was quite wildly different. I didn't study games at all until I went to university. I just played games. I was actually looking to be a marine scientist, so it's quite different. But I just had a passion for playing games, and it just kind of led into something I did every single day, all the time. And I decided to take that into a career. So I applied to games art at university, and then that's kind of where I went.
Yeah, and what is it that you like do today? Do you want to just explain to
Oh, yeah.
listeners what it is that you do?
I recently graduated from game art, so I specialize in 3D modeling, but at the moment I've been undertaking a project called Project Flux. It's a game that we're starting, and I'm starting my own indie game studio at the moment, so I'm in the process of doing that.
Great, thank you so much. And Declan, what about you?
Well, for me, when I was younger, I done like art and design at school, and I always wanted to be like a concept artist in game. But I just led into going to like user experience design and product design. That's what I studied at university. But that allowed me to like get work experience by working in South Korea and working at the BBC and other places as well. But like I get inspired by what people are doing in the game industry and esports as well, and that led me into doing what I'm doing now with Hivefolio. Yeah, and I'm just trying to inspire other people to get into the game industry.
Yeah, can you let our listeners know a little bit about what Hivefolio is and what exactly it is that you do?
Yeah, Hivefolio is basically what started off a side project by speaking to people from the game industry and esports industry. I saw that there's so much talent there, but like the perception of what people do in the game industry and esports is quite narrow. They think about just game developers or concept artists, but there's so much more. And I wanted to kind of highlight that, like, yeah, you can be a lawyer, you can be an accountant and work in the game industry, project manager and work in the game industry and esports as well. So I created this platform called Hivefolio. It's a free platform to allow individuals, companies, teams, and communities to create their own portfolio profiles. And this helps to kind of centralize all of their achievements, experiences into one space, and also find jobs as well. So it just helps with trying to build up the industries and help others get into the industry as well.
Thank you so much. So we often hear the view that working in games means either coding or art skills, much like Declan just highlighted. So what skills have you used to navigate a career in games? And I'll start with you, Sarah.
Mostly because I focus on developing games primarily, and starting this indie studio is quite new. It's something that actually has been in like the works the last week. So I've mostly done the art side and programming side of it, but a lot of it that a lot of people don't really mention is networking. So networking is just something that is such a huge part of the gaming industry. And I think with most industries, but it is very important in the gaming industry, where going to events and meeting sponsors, especially if you can fund starting a company on your own, you need to get that funding from somewhere else. And having the social skills as well as the leadership skills is very important when trying to start your own thing, as well as making a name for yourself in the industry, as it is very competitive, as well as it's very saturated. So yeah, so having the social skills is something that I focused on a lot with networking.
Mm-hmm. Declan, do you have any skills that you want to highlight that have helped you navigate your career?
Yeah, stakeholder management is a big one. Having to be able to speak to people, to manage your contacts and communication. Project management is something as well. It's just very generalistic. You can use it anywhere in the industry. I use my design skills, my development skills as well. But finance and also the kind of business skill set is very important, especially when running like a business. That helps you to kind of progress yourself in a way that you can actually, climb up the kind of like career ladder when you get more senior. And that's something that people from any type of background should learn, and it's because it's so applicable to any type of industry you get into.
Mm. And so I want to know what diversity means to both of you and how it relates to the work you do.
Diversity to me also means inclusivity. So it's just kind of having a range of different people and a range of different backgrounds as well in an environment, as a lot of times a lot of people feel invisible in certain spaces. And I think representation is a really big thing, where a lot of people don't take into consideration not only gender or race, but also disability as well. Like there are a lot of neurodivergent or people who have like color blindness is something that a lot of people don't think of as much, but that doesn't mean that they lack in any skills. It just means that a lot of people aren't accepting of them as people to accept their skills. So I think diversity is really huge, as well as inclusivity and representation of different people, because anyone can really do anything when they really want to. So I think it's really important to have the space for everyone to do what they want to do.
Yeah, definitely. Declan, what about you?
I definitely agree on that as well. Everyone should be included into what you are creating and what you're trying to present to people. Everyone has a voice. Everyone should be heard. And I feel in the game industry, should be a very open space for people to create and to play. And like everyone is going to be in a minority position, depending where you are and who you interact with. And it's very important to kind of learn that like everyone has different needs and requirements, but accepting them for who they are. And that helps to kind of make you personally grow And if you can actually embed that inside a company that helps to kind of make the whole environment that you're working in a much better place for the future. That's what I believe diversity and inclusions.
Both like really great points there that you bring
I'm
up.
going to use that. Like
Really good.
By the way, where are you, Declan?
Yeah.
Are you because people might think you're on a run or something? I just want to.
No, I'm in Shoreditch, so I've got loads of graffiti around me. Also, I got the Sky Sports Guild and also Red Bull Sphere right behind me.
Cool.
Yeah. Why are you there?
Yeah.
I entered a Tekken 8 tournament. I think it's called like I think Triple KO 3 or something like that. So I'm gonna compete after this. So this is just a warm up for the next battle.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good luck. How are you feeling about your chances?
I think it's confident because I didn't really practice. So.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah.
So other than participating in a Tekken 8 tournament, Declan, what projects are you currently working on, and what is the progress that you've made so far?
Yeah, so I've been doing some talks at university, so Northampton University, for the esports course. That was fantastic to speak to them about careers in gaming and esports. Also, I'll be at an event also with Nigel next week for the Game Changers. That's going to be fun.
Is that next
and
week?
Also, again, yeah, that's next week.
Wait, what?
And also,
the 17th. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you're going to be there. I don't know.
Yeah. Cool. So you reminded me. So I got my calendar here.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Nigel's like, quickly add that to my calendar.
Let me just get that in there.
No, so Nigel is going to be I'm going to be there as well at the Barclays Frenzy Games.
Nice.
That's going to be really good. Yeah.
I forget that one. I got that one's already in the calendar.
Yeah, you got that one. Okay, that's good. You got your management going. That's good. Yeah, and I just released a new feature for Hivefolio where you can actually put your scores on there, tournament scores. So like again, it's like with all these when you speak, especially to like Gen Z, and I'm making myself sound old, but like they like to have the stuff everywhere, like many social media. But when it comes to a company wanting to hire people, it's important to have it in a centralized space like a portfolio. That's why I wanted to create Hivefolio to help those people to kind of bring it together. So those people employing or looking for hiring someone, they can go, okay, cool. Here's all your experiences. Here's your achievements. And bam, I want to hire you.
That's a good, you know what? That's a good thing to point out because, the problem with Gen Z, no, but I get that because from a like employer's perspective, and I kind of say this as someone in that position in some way where basically you don't want to make people work, so it's like having it in essential, and I can't stress that enough, where like the types of people that are like going to be either hiring you or working with you, they don't want to search like here and here, and they're in fact even looking for ways to discount people because they've got like a stack of people to go through and they don't want to go through all of them, so they're just looking for misspelling here, done. All right, too many things to find, done, so they can get to a nice manageable list. It sounds harsh, but I've seen it. I've talked to people, and so just make it easy for people, and that's a good thing to point out, Declan.
Definitely. So Sarah, as well, like you briefly mentioned that you're working on something at the moment. Do you want to go into a little bit more detail on that, and then what progress is currently being made?
Yeah, so we recently exhibited at Insomnia, and we're also going to be going to the Barclays Game Frenzy, WHD, and EGX to showcase our game Project Flux. It is a puzzle platformer done in a pixel style, which was done entirely by me. It started off with just two people, me and another person named Kian, who is the programmer. And I've been doing all the art, and it's done by hand, pixel by pixel by me entirely, frame by frame, with all the animations as well. So it's been a lot of work put into it, and it is kind of similar to games like Portal, but done in the style of Super Mario. So it's kind of similar to that, where is a puzzle game about flipping gravity, double jumps, and teleportation, which is your utility. And there are things like lasers, boxes, glass boxes that break, and like just a lot of like puzzle stuff to get through it. We've had a lot of support and a lot of positive experiences from players who have play tested our demo. And we are getting a Steam page up for wish listing very soon, which is very exciting. But at the moment, we are looking to apply to Transfuser. So that is where us becoming an indie studio has started this week. And that's something that we've been currently working on. And we are very prepared for release. That date hasn't been decided just yet. It probably will be by the end of this year or early next year. But we are in a pretty good position currently. So I'm pretty excited for the new, like, next month. So yeah.
Awesome. And like very impressive that you've personally just like pixel by pixel I'd say handcrafted, but is that the right term when it's digital? I don't know. You know
I
what
would say hand drawn maybe, but
yeah. So it sounds great, and thank you for sharing the progress and hard work that you've been doing so far, both of you. And so as a little bit more of a personal one, we want to know who you are as human beings, but what game are you most excited about this year? It's either like moment of thought. So whoever thinks of it first, you know, we'll get the buzzers out. It's Declan like quickly looking up what games are coming out this year.
I'm currently looking it up. So I'm just so bad. I keep playing the same game all the time.
Same.
No, totally get that. There's just so many.
Too many games. Too many. Oh, there's yeah. What games coming out this year? Oh my gosh.
It sounds like Declan's excited to just get through like your backlog, maybe.
Yeah. That's also a valid answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was a current game, I think it would be much easier for me to say, really.
Yeah.
But new game. What are you looking forward to? What new games are you looking forward to?
Oh, I love that you flipped it. And I didn't actually say new game, to be fair. I said what games are you most excited for this year?
Oh, okay. You need to be. So it can be released already, yeah.
I mean, I would take that as opener's interpretation personally.
Okay. Oh, for that sense, then I'm looking forward to playing Final Fantasy Rebirth. Final Fantasy and Rebirth. So I mean, it's only on PS5, so I'm waiting for like PC to come along. So that's the game I'm looking forward to. I just recently finished a remake. So
nice. Sarah, I'm like avoiding the question completely.
I think
I'm the one asking the questions here.
Where I haven't been playing a lot of games just because I've been busy making one. So I think I'm excited to play Cult of the Lamb. Like, I think they're coming out with something new. So that is something that I'm looking forward to. But yeah.
Okay, so I guess it's only fair if I actually answer the question. So again, it's already out, but I've yet to play it. But Princess Peach Showtime. Yeah, I really need to get my hands on that, but I want to make sure like I get it when I actually am gonna sit down and play it and not have it sit on my shelf. Like 2 Zelda games that I own that I have like barely touched. Yeah. So on that note, we do have an exciting event to give you the details for today. So we have coming up our video games career roundtable event. So you can join us. We are hosted by campaign event partners King for an engaging and insightful event. the Games Industry Explained, All Quirks Required. We'll be delving into the changing landscape of video games industry and exploring the skills, talents and qualities aspiring professionals will need to navigate a successful career. I'm excited for that conversation. Are you, Nigel?
Yeah. I had a chat with Jasmine at King, and they've got like a menu. I know that's not the main thing, but they've got like a menu, and that's not usually it's me like grabbing stuff before the event. So it's nice to be in a company that has resources. Again, I know that's not the main thing. It's about the games, it's about the careers, but that is the first thing that came to my mind. But but no, yeah, looking forward to that. We're gonna have different people from different perspectives, so like AAA indie, like individual creators, and just talking about at different levels what is needed, especially like we said at the beginning of the segment, kind of how things are changing and what you might have needed even 5 years ago, let alone 10, 15 in games, might be different than what you'll need going forward. So it'll be an opportunity for people to hear from people in the industry now and ask those questions. So we'll put a link in the chat because you can get your tickets for that event now pretty much. And yeah, people can join us at King's Central London offices on May the 14th, when we'll be having a chat of the skills, the qualities, the quirks required to make it in games.
I can't wait. I do love our roundtable events. They are definitely always great and insightful. And I'm definitely excited to be hosted by King. That's very, very cool. And thank you so much, chat. We've had some questions in chat. I'm going to read them out, but I'm not going to answer them now. Purely, and I'll explain why in a second. So Creative Genius Games said, any advice for people trying to get better at networking? And Kuroscared also adds on to that with, do you have any advice for a graduate trying to get into games as an artist, for instance? And we do have a segment coming up specific to networking, so we can talk more about those questions in that segment, but they are very, very great questions. I also want to let you know that each month we do ask a question. We want to get some insight into what your thoughts are on a topic in the games industry at the moment. And we're asking you, are you excited about a mid-generation console refresh? Following the leaks about the PlayStation 5 Pro's release 4 years after the base model's launch. And we want to know if Sony's mid-gen upgrade is something that you are looking forward to. So you can go ahead and let us know your opinion by voting in the poll. If you're watching live, then we will add the link to the chat. And you also have our games night to look forward to on Thursday, the 25th of April. From around 7 p.m. BST, tech issues pending with our Studio 77 live members live on Twitch. So you can check out some of the past Games Night highlights over on our YouTube channel to find out what the fun is all about. It's a lot of chaos. It's mainly Nigel learning new games and me picking them up straight away. And you can also follow us on Twitch, as well as subscribing to the Story X Story podcast, which we are in season 6 of right now, with weekly episodes, including creator interviews, video game discussions, and deep dives into stories across pop culture. Make sure that you stick around as we have our second guest segment coming up, and we'll be revealing details about another campaign event and another behind the scenes look at this year's campaign with the 40 talking about their video game experiences.
Hey there, I'm Nigel from mayamada. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the other great videos we have on the channel. You can also join the Gamepad Discord and check out the next event at gamepad.events. We'll see you soon.